5 years ago, civil war broke out in the country where Mohammed, his wife Aisha, and their 3 children live. Mohammed is an accountant, and they had a decent standard of living. Their 2 boys were doing well at school, and the youngest, a girl, had just started kindergarten. As the war approached, things started to get bad. Their area was bombed regularly, and one day, Mohammed's office was hit. The company shut down, so he lost his job. Rebels could be seen driving around the city, so Aisha preferred to stay inside with the children. No longer feeling safe, they decided to leave and, like thousands of others, crossed the border into the neighboring country. Finding somewhere to live was really difficult. Eventually, they were able to rent a small room in a rundown apartment on the outskirts of the city, which they share with 2 other families. It's hard to get used to such crowded conditions. As refugees are scattered all over the city, registering them is a challenge for the humanitarian agencies. Mohammed and Aisha haven't yet received any food assistance, and the country's social protection system doesn't cover refugees. The rent is high, and food prices have been going up. Their savings are running out, and soon they won't have enough money left to buy food. Mohammed and Aisha are desperate to find work. Mohammed's qualification isn't recognized here, so he can't get work as an accountant. He can't even find manual labor because there are so many other people desperate for work. Both Mohammed and Aisha skip meals every other day. There is no electricity in their room, so Aisha struggles to cook and keep food. All the children are losing weight, especially their little girl. With no money, Aisha and the children have started begging on the streets, but this exposes them to danger. Iyen, her husband Mayom, and their 4 children are nomadic pastoralists. Last year was an El Niño year, and there was a severe drought, which meant there was no pasture for their cattle. As well as that, ongoing violence has blocked traditional migratory routes, making it unsafe to move the cattle. Many of them are sick and dying. Iyen hasn't been able to get to the local market to sell dairy products, so there has been even less money to buy extra food. Humanitarian agencies, NGOs, and the governments haven't been able to reach them either. Their elder children have lost weight, and the baby hasn't grown. Because of this, Iyen and the children have decided to move to an internally displaced people's camp in the neighboring province. Mayom has stayed behind to watch over what's left of their cattle in the hope that the next rainy season brings new pasture. When they arrived at the camp, Iyen and her children quickly became ill. Fortunately, there's a health center where they were treated. Even though they recovered, they have no access to safe water and sanitation. Cholera has broken out in nearby camps. With the stress and difficult conditions, Iyen's breast milk has dried up. She was able to find baby formula, but there is no clean water, and her baby constantly has diarrhea. She also doesn't have the skills to get work locally, which is scarce anyway. Together with a group of women, she has tried growing food outside the camp, but they don't have money for seeds, and conflicts have started with neighboring villages over the use of the land. Iyen can't easily find fuel to cook with and sometimes has to go far outside the camp, which also creates tensions with the local communities. Although each has their own story, these 2 families are facing similar challenges. The protracted crises and the compound effect of shocks have gradually undermined their livelihoods and food security, making them extremely vulnerable. Today, while the international community is working to meet their immediate humanitarian needs, Efforts must be stepped up now to rebuild livelihoods and build future resilience. This is why the Intergovernmental and Multi-Stakeholder Committee on World Food Security has developed the Framework for Action for Food Security and Nutrition in Protracted Crises, the FFA. The 11 principles of the FFA recommend an integrated approach with policies and actions that can contribute to addressing the root causes of food insecurity, malnutrition, and vulnerabilities in protracted crises. This includes empowering women, promoting effective governance, peace building, development and natural resource management, good coordination between development partners, and effective financing. The FFA calls for all stakeholders to work together and across the humanitarian sustainable development peace pillars for more effective interventions in protracted crises and towards zero hunger by 2030.